welcome to another episode from the water's edge. Today you catch up with us at Cobble Acre Lakes in Norfolk for a short session after work. A quick bit about the complex: it does offer something for everyone. There's 4 lakes here which offer a mixture from catfish and carp in the specimen lake down to the front lake here, which is full of some nice perch, some roach and some ide. Along with that we've got 2 lakes behind us, which is more of a pleasure lake and a match lake. Personally, I'm going to be heading down to the match lake today to see if we can catch some carp. I'm going to go and have a quick look to see what swim I'm going to be fishing, and we'll catch up with you later. Well, I think this looks as good a place as any. We've had a quick look around at a few of the other swims down the bottom end. Now the lake is a long, thin shape with an island in the middle, but I've chosen to come in the bowl at the end here for a couple of reasons. Firstly, we've seen a few fish top, which is always a good sign, and it also gives me a lot of water. As you can see down the end there, I've got a lot of quiet bank where no one can get to, and just to the left of the peg I've got the corner of the island, so it gives me a bit of everything really. I'll get my gear out of the car and we'll give it a go anyway. Well, here we are ready to go. Today we've chosen to fish the Preston method feeder with the Preston mould, which we will show you a bit later. I just want to show you how to quickly prepare the baits which we'll be using on the feeder, and then we'll show you more about the rig. Standard bait box, just got it half full of water, and I'm going to add in there some 2mm micro pellet. I don't really think it makes a difference what pellet you use, as long as they're 2mm, because they soak up in there. Again, F1 goes into pretty much all my fishing, so we'll add that into the water now while the pellets are soaking. Just a good squirt, give that a mix around. Now all we need to do is let that stand for 2 minutes and then we'll drain the water off. If you're fishing 4mm pellet, the time would be 4 minutes. While we're waiting for them to soak through, I'll just quickly show you through some hook baits. Now I've been fishing quite a few team matches and we've been doing a lot of practice, and we really have emphasised and found out you can't ever really have too much hook bait change. So we've extended the pellet box with help of a few of my mates, and as you can see in there we have got all different sizes and colours. This will never ever let me down now. If I need to change on something, you can get one bite on that, the next cast you'll be getting bites on something completely different size. Also with me I've got some maggots, so do take them anywhere, just a tiny pinch in case it does get a little bit harder. Once we've soaked for 2 minutes, all you need to do, put your lid on and literally just get rid of all that water. Shake it out until it completely stops coming through. And that's pretty much it. This is the only thing you will need to remember. That will now probably take about 40 minutes to an hour to dry out properly so they're ready to use in the method. So probably this is the first thing you want to do when you get down to the bank before you set up your gear. Quick bit about the tackle I'm going to be using today. I've got my reel load of 8-pound line. I don't feel there's any need to go lighter than that when fishing the method. That then comes down to a 10-foot bomb rod. Again, it's nice and light. For these short chucks it's going to work perfectly. On there we've then got a free running Preston inline method feeder, which clips in lovely to their new feeder bead. And then the hook link is just 018 with a hair rig bait band. What I'll do is I'll quickly slip a bait in there. I'll probably start on 6mm pellet. If you nip one of those in the band, I'll show you how to load the Preston method feeders. Couldn't be more simple really. Basically all you do is you've got these new moulds. You just lay your bait in there first, handful of pellet you prepared, fold your method back over and give it a good squeeze. You can't really squeeze too hard here, just make sure it's really on. You want it to get down to the bottom. And you come out with a perfect method ball with your bait in the middle. Well, we're ready for the first cast. We've clipped up on a nice quiet bank over there, so we'll give it the first cast and see what happens. Well, that's the first fish of the session. Didn't have to wait too long, and as most method bites are, straight off the rod rest. I think it looks like a nice baby tench. Quickly show you him. One of my favourite fish, the tench. Very hard fighting. Let's pop him back and see if we can get a few more of those. Just sinking the line now. It is important when fishing a method to get everything sunk and on the bottom. Stops your line bites because you do normally get a lot of activity. And as you can see, I do like to keep my hands free. Mostly for the reason when fishing a method, as you can probably see, your tip, when there's fish there, it doesn't really stay still. You get a lot of indications. These you don't want to be striking at. You want to wait for a method bite. When your rod actually just completely goes round, you can just pick it up. Getting the odd knock here and there. Just leave it and wait for it to go around.